Welcome, my name is Lucas and this is Fortress Farms. And what piece of equipment I have for you today is NVR, 4G NVR. Like you see here at the front, it doesn't really look that much different than the regular NVR. But when you look at the back of the recorder, there is, oh, sorry, here you go. Few more ports at the back. I mean, you have the plug and play PoE switch. In this case, we had a 4-port PoE switch. You can get 8 and 16 PoE ports as well. You have the Ethernet port. You have USB, VGA, HDMI, just like a regular K-series NVR. An extra port, I mean, these ones here. It's a SIM card slot and the port for the antenna. The recorder, like this one, is only 4-channel, like you see here. The recorder itself comes with the antenna on a 3-meter lead. So here you go, with a magnetic stand, so you can put anywhere on a metal frame or so. Recorder itself, the beauty of that recorder is it's a 4G, so you can have your SIM card plugged in. And what I use myself, I tested 2 different SIM cards, one with the Tree Mobile and the other one with the Gummo. It's like an Aircom rebranded network. I'd just like to show you how to do the configuration of the 4G. It's really straightforward. You just put the card at the back of the on the tray, slide in, and you just need to change a few settings. It depends on who is your internet provider. Like I said, it's the 4G, so you can put it anywhere. You don't need to rely on the broadband that is on site. You can use it as a backup broadband if you like, so you can set up your Ethernet connection to use the local broadband, but in the case if that broadband goes off, you can use it will switch to your 4G. So this is the kind of a cool feature as well. As well as you can just have it on a standalone, just put it in the attic. You don't need to run an extension lead from the main broadband from the modem itself. Don't use the power plugs or anything like that. It will be always connected to your broadband independent. So the only way you will be able to see it, it would be via the HikConnect app, via the cloud, or if you connect your Ethernet port at the back, if you need to do it like a maintenance or so. So now I'd just like to show you how to change those settings, what new you have in the recorder. So there you are. This is our recorder. I will show you the exact model number. You can take a note of that as well. So it's a DS-7604NI-K1. 4P for 4 PoE ports at the back, and the 4G because it's the 4G module. So this is the firmware. Currently it's still GUI 3 on this recorder. I hope that will be changed soon. The recorder hasn't been officially released yet, but we're gonna have it in stock now very soon. So if you're just gonna go, I found a few new settings actually in the recorder. Once we have in the time settings, you can see I can sync the time with the HikConnect server even here. I can change the time to whatever I want. In this entry-level recorder, you have the mirror image, so you have the VGA and HDMI, and the high end, you have the independent outputs. Like the camera management, I have 3 cameras connected at the moment from my local network. You can enable PoE ports just like on the ordinary recorder NVR these days. So if you go to the network settings, like you see here, this is my local network setting. So I delete the default gateway. So I want to make sure that my recorder is not connecting with the internet via my network. It will be just connecting via the 4G. So in this case, what I need to do is just need to go to wireless dial. And on that page, you just need to enable the dialing 4G network, and you can pick it up the DNS settings automatically. Like you see here, I already registered with the IP address. It's literally took me like 5 minutes to activate that card. You just need to be careful. A tip for you, if you get like for example the Gomo card, make sure you turn off, you disable the PIN number authentication. So what I've done myself first, I just put that card in my phone and I disable the PIN authentication and then plug it in back to the NVR. Like you see here, that's the gateway. So once I enter my SIM card, I go to that page. Obviously it won't connect straight away. I will need to change the dial parameters. And in this case, I have my access number. This is like a common access number for the mobile broadband. Like I said, it's the Air, basically a SIM card. So they're using the Meteor network. So this is my APN setting. And that's all I need. And just save those settings. And that's pretty much it. You can choose when recorder will be using the SIM card if you like, so you can schedule what time of the day or the week it will connect to the internet. So if you're at home, there's no need to connect. You can just connect with your local network. But when you're away, you can just connect via the HikConnect. Keep alive function. It would just test the communication with an outside world. So you can see there's a Hikvision, the Google DNS server that will ping every 5 minutes just to make sure it's alive. Another cool feature is the message setting. So in the case if you have the intrusion detection, line crossing, alarm input used on the recorder, you can send a text message. So you can just enable the text message, click the plus button and fill out the information you see here. You can put your phone number and the nickname basically. So once you have that, it will send information to the person that is on the list. Not always you have the internet connection on your phone. So if you like to be notified by the recorder in the case of the alarm or intrusion detection, line crossing, you can trigger the text message, just like in alarm settings, like for example the HKC panel. Instead of sending the data, I can text you. So the same thing, the same functionality, you have it here as well. So you can send a text with intrusion detection. Obviously there will be no picture attached to it, there will be no video, but at least you have the notification. So if in the bad coverage, that will actually might save you some efforts there to actually get to the site. But anyway, you always get the notified if you need. The other thing you have there, it's a data monitoring. Very cool thing. In a case if you have the bandwidth allowance for your for the plan for the SIM card, you can just enable the monitoring usage, and you can block the usage in the case if you use all the thresholds. So in the data settings, you can see you can change on what level is gonna stop connecting to the internet, or it's gonna send an alarm only. Like an alert. So if you close to the bandwidth that it's nearly there, it's nearly gone, you can send an email, you can send a text, audible warning. In this case I have 80%, and you can change it 5 gigs or 80 gigs. Like I know the Gomo has like 80 gigabytes for the bandwidth allowance, so that's good enough for like a small recorder. If you're not continuously watching your cameras, that would be grand. Like you see here, you can just put the limitation and that will show you how much you actually use so far. So like you see here, I only had it for the last few days, and just looking at those cameras every so often, and I have only 0.6 of percentage of my data allowance. Really cool feature. If you have like 4G modem and with the SIM card, you don't have the control really of how much bandwidth you're going to use. So you can just enter that here. You can limit it from the recorder actually itself. In advanced settings, once the HikConnect, if the 4G is connected, we have the HikConnect. So we have the HikConnect just enabled, just like on ordinary recorder. You don't need to do anything else than you would do on any other machine that you've done already, you installed already. Once the once the 4G is connected, you just need to enable the HikConnect, enter verification code, and save your settings. Then it's a straight way to connect on your phone. So on your phone, you just go to your HikConnect, scan the QR code, enter verification code, and that's it, you're done. The recorder will connect automatically. Like I said, you can schedule the connection when it's in use. In the case if you like to use the local broadband, you just need to have the gateway or the DHCP enabled here, and that will pick it up all the network settings, local network settings. But if there will be for some case the connection will be lost, there will be no internet connection on site, and you can use that 4G as a backup. So like you see here, it's really a cool feature to have. Or you can just install the recorder anywhere. The only thing you need to be worried about is the coverage. Like I said, it's the depends on the SIM card you have there, what kind of coverage this mobile provider would have. It might vary. So you can't really check the speed as much. But the only way I managed to check the speed was looking at how quick my cameras comes up on the phone, and there instantly comes up on the phone, no problem whatsoever. Like I'm in a good coverage, so maybe that's why. But I would say if you're in rural areas farther away from the city center, it might be a bit difficult to get the decent mobile coverage. The best way of doing it is just check on your phone. If you have two different phones or phone with 2 SIM cards in it, you can check what is the coverage on each one of them, and then you can just choose which one is suitable for you. This unit on its own, you can get it on a pole. The only thing you need to do is make sure there's a power. All the cameras power up from the PoE switch at the back. Plug and play or manually connect it if you like from the local network. Very straightforward. The only difference you see here, it's a 4G, which is awesome. I always had those queries, like if the Hikvision recorder can take the Wi-Fi dongle, the 3G 4G dongle. The answer was always no. Now it's going to change because you don't need a dongle. You only need a SIM card to plug it in at the back of the recorder, and that's pretty much it. All you need. So most of you, I would say, will appreciate this type of the NVR for household, for countrysides or so. I wouldn't say it's an enterprise unit. It will take up to 8 megapixel cameras though, and 6 terabytes hard drive. So if you need it, like lots of storage, much more storage obviously will be available in 8 and 16 channels recorder. So that's an advantage there. But then if you have more cameras, you need to consider the bandwidth allowance, and maybe just pick the SIM card that will allow you to use more bandwidth. Like I said, I just test this one here, and it's perfectly fine for like 3-4 cameras on one unit. You shouldn't reach that allowance. But some of the mobile providers wouldn't even have any bandwidth, or they have this fair use, so they're gonna slow down your speeds eventually if you're gonna use more than you're supposed to. So I would say this is pretty much it. I'm just gonna show you one more thing here in event setting, just in case. Like for example, the smart event, you have the intrusion detection, and in intrusion detection, I just like to show you where is that linkage action. So in the linkage action, you have the send text, send SMS. So it will send a text with the information about the camera. So there will be a name of the camera and the time frame. So there will be just the timestamp and date. That's all the information you're going to get via the text. But if you connected with the HikConnect with your broadband on your phone, then you're just going to get all push notifications just like you used to with regular recorder. So this is kind of a backup, I would say, just in case if you're not in the coverage with your own phone, your end user is not in the coverage. So they're always going to be notified by the recorder what is going on. So if you have any queries on the price, you're always welcome to contact your sales manager, our sales department. If you have any queries regarding a technical, you just call our technical department or send us an email. So thank you very much. See you next time. See you next Wednesday, and I'll have something new there as well. Totally different. You haven't seen it before, and can't wait for that one as well. So take care, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and thank you. Bye.